Alright, welcome back. Here we are on turn 101. If you don't know already, I have a Discord that you can join. We hang out and talk about the game and sometimes organize multiplayer, so go ahead and join down in the description if you feel like you want a community to hang out with. I also recommend joining the Amplitude community Discord. Additionally, you can find a link to my AI persona if you ever want to play against it for whatever reason. It'll get adjusted as I unlock more of the stuff, but for now it is what it is. So, let's see where we're at. You probably recall from last time that we were dealing with quite a few stability issues in our empire, and we are continuing to deal with that as much as possible. Thankfully, I have a lot of influence to play with, so attaching and detaching isn't that big of a deal. But we are just getting a bunch of commons quarters online, which really makes me lean towards perhaps picking the Italians in the industrial era. My stability could still use a little bit of a boost in this city. And I think right here is perfectly fine. I'll probably fill that in at some point. Okay. Now let's move all of our units back over to this front line here. This has been tough to crack because they've just sent so many units at me that it's been difficult to actually push any sort of front line, particularly when I had the purple player harassing me as well. Let's see. I don't really want to buy that out. I don't want to lose pop either, though. The city could really use a harbor, would help a lot. It already has the other food infrastructure that's relevant, but it does not have a stoneworks. And this city is recovering stability. So let's get the stoneworks, because that will add quite a bit of production with the number of mountains we have that we're working at the moment. We're just holding off on attaching this. This has a lot of quarters on it, and I don't want to take a stability hit. And I didn't want to have a ton of cities. Okay, there's feudalism. And I'm going to go in theology to get some more science output and increase the city cap. And then we're going to go for war summons so we get access to crossbowmen. And finally upgrade our ancient era Marcobatas. Though, to be honest, you can kind of still use the art Marcobatas until like the early medieval if you really need to. So just keep that in mind. What we really need to do is get a unit down over here. So what I'm going to do is just get an easy unit. We'll go for the Scout Riders because they have a lot of mobility. I'm just going to finish up that Commons Quarter with some money since I have quite a bit of income at the moment. And I can get an Aqueduct in here as well to help with stability. Now, the Grand Mosque can go just either one of these places is fine. We will just plop it right there since it's a little bit more science. And that's convenient. We'll just put the other one right there. Alright. So, these immortals are going to join up with my other immortals. Just going to keep them around the front line. Not going to declare war in the near future. Going to refuse their demands, though. I have a new grievance available against the Mongols. I don't think the Mongols really exist other than like that one unit. And the Ghanaians declared war again. That was very predictable. Let's see, what are they're impulsive and adaptive. They don't seem like someone that would constantly declare war, but I guess they are. Alright. So, San Lorenzo is probably the most vulnerable here, so we're going to go straight for that. Well, we have some other units to kind of hold the front line. They seem to declare war on me literally every time I refuse a demand, which I actually haven't encountered with the AI before. It's a bit of a new behavior for me. Just gonna move them over here. Thankfully, I've done a lot of damage to their ability to wage war by killing so many of their units. And I don't want to assault quite yet because I don't have anything in the reinforcement area. Okay, so Scout Riders I can send over this way. Out through the harbor. There we go. And let's see. Fundamental values. That would actually be really nice, modifying the Commons Quarter industry cost. We'll lose a little bit of stability, but that's worth it. Unfortunately, building a garrison right there. But we are going to need some more Commons Quarters here. get a couple more. Do you want to conserve that spot right there? So we will plant a commons quarter there. And thankfully they are a lot cheaper to produce now. So still can't produce that quite yet. Let's get some infrastructure up. We will need the public fountain here at some point. And because we want to attach this territory, we are going to need some more stability generation. Could replace that, but I don't want to do that. Right here should be just fine, actually. I'm building another district right there, so I'll get some bonuses. Alright. Mortals. Spawning some warriors there. Don't really care about that. We want to go for the high ground here. It's going to be a very strange city assault. They do have peasants. What's the combat strength? 29? That's not too bad. I have a horseman reinforcement. Also, not too bad. Alright. What's the area look like here? So they won't be able to get around me at all. So I am perfectly content to just hang out where I am and just shoot them to death. I'm going to bring these immortals in here in case I need some extra reinforcements. I'm going to move them around this way. Do I get high ground here? I do. And with high ground on immortals, you barely take any damage. What I'm actually going to do is just sit here, because they'll get high ground against me attacking down, whereas if they're down here, although they get a little bit of strength from fortification, which it's not showing right now, I get more strength from attacking on high ground, so it's to my advantage to just wait. Just let them come into the meat grinder. Okay, down here, we're exploring out this way. And this guy can handle one turn at sea, and then he'll get over there next turn. Also looks like there's some space over here now that I can see it, so, whoops. We'll send the Scout Rider over that way. And I could go in here and try to pillage something if I want. I think what I'm going to do, though, is head down this way and cut off this warrior in case there are any issues. Sorry there, had a phone call. So we're back in this combat, second round, and we are going to continue our strategy of shooting people. I think we just want to continue to shoot these peasants right here. Just enough such that our immortals can get like a guaranteed kill. Which apparently is going to require all of them, which is fine. And we're just going to continue waiting here. Are going to move these guys up a little bit. We'll move the Markabatas back and move the immortals up so they consist of our front line. Okay. What else do we need? Garama, still a little bit low on stability here as well. And I have to say, this is probably the most issue I've ever had with stability in a game of Humankind so far. We'll get one right here, because we are going to connect up at some point, so we'll get a little extra stability and influence as we build around that. We'll ignore that for now. Okay. So, can take some more shots here. There we go, that's just enough. How many units do they have remaining? Not very many. Should hopefully be able to finish that guy off. I'm going to move in now, since they don't have too many units. And it might not be enough. We'll see if I get lucky. Nope. That's fine. We'll cycle this unit back since he's at low health, and then we'll attack over with these immortals here. And that leaves them with just one peasant remaining. There's our militarist era star. And we're already at 2, because we killed so many in the last era, and we're at 2 builder stars already as well. See what they do? Makes sense. That is the most they are able to do. Alright. Let's end our turn. Someone chose a culture, and I don't like the narrator, to be honest. It gets in the way of the notifications. You can see I have the Narrator mostly turned off. The English picked the Haudenosaunee. Okay. But I wish I could disable the narrator text box, because honestly I find it gets in the way a lot. It's weird, they were building elephants before, and now they're building warriors, and I don't understand why. I'm just going to hang out here. They're good defending. I don't want to take that fight, because they have the high ground. I'd still beat them, but I don't want to take unnecessary damage, since I don't know what units are hanging out behind that. Alright. Should be able to kill him. And there we go. And I have taken San Lorenzo. So we want to regroup these guys now. Let's move him down here. And we'll want to move some units into the city on the next turn. I'm going to do this now because I'm not going to have enough time to click that next turn. Because they can just recapture their old city just by walking into it. So I'm going to camp out right here. Just move right in. Okay, so they're moving away. Let's move to intercept. So we want to take a battle more on the plains, if at all possible. I'm going to move my Markabatas into the city. And they have enough movement that if they engage me on the next turn, I should have the movement to come down with the Markabatas and reinforce. Okay, so this looks like an island chain here. We'll get up on the land on the next turn and take a look around. A lot of the islands often have strategics of some kind, or sometimes luxuries, so still worth settling most of the time. Let's see here. Do have the reduced industry cost on the commons quarters still, but I've mostly stabilized here. So let's connect the city up. Right there should be good. And I could use more industry here. I'm still fairly low, so let's get one of those down as well. Memphis looking okay. I do have that farmer's quarter coming out, so I'm going to need another commons quarter soon. There's a lot of good stuff right there. I don't want to do that. Let's see. That would be okay. I lose a little bit of adjacency on the pyramid, but the plus 15 stability there is definitely worth it. And let's get a little bit more science. Right here should be fine. I can grab that mountain right here with maker's quarters on either side, so no big issue. Kerma is looking good. You're sitting pretty. Parsa is fine for now. Sipar still has a lot of work to do. No, I don't want a commons quarter there. I might have to replace one of these. Like this right here, this market quarter is actually not really doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that. I'm going to prioritize it and buy it out. Okay. Gets us a little bit of the way there. And I'll actually replace one of these science quarters here as well. Rebels. Okay. I should be able to deal with chariots. I'm not concerned about that with my city guard or whatever if they decide to attack me. They do get kind of annoying. Okay, let's go for the attack. They'll retreat. Which means he cannot join other battles I initiate. This guy is going up to pillage stuff again. So let's chase after him. I think I'm going to need yet another army here. Let's see. I think Memphis is going to produce them quite a bit faster. It is. So let's get another army in here. Just some more immortals, because they are very strong units. Sometimes it doesn't let you disembark properly, and I don't know why. I just want to get up onto the land. Those guys can hang out together. Okay, industrial production. +1 trader slot or +1 farmer. I think I've leaned more into the money side of things this game, so I'm going to go for the +1 trader slot. I'm going to lose a little bit of stability, though, so it's not quite worth it yet. Same thing with land rights. I'd really like to move this way. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this will put me back in the center. So let's do that. Whoops. And then industrial production for the trader slots. So I'm still getting that +10 stability. So I get a little bit of extra food on my attached territories, and I'm getting some extra trader slots. Okay. Let's end the turn. Get up here. I'm chasing after a very fast unit. I don't know what it is, but they love trying to pillage that. Absolutely obsessed with it. So what I need to do is try to connect in here. And another thing we can do is put a garrison, like, right in here to stop them from moving along the river. I'm going to buy that, and then work on the garrison. Okay, these units have retreated. Aha. Or I just couldn't see them. I'm going to give that a second before I confirm to see if they bring in any other units. Okay. Immortals just chilling. Aha, I do have a forward deployment point that I should have been using before. They're coming down here to attack my city for whatever reason. Just in case, because I don't want to send units down here. I'm just going to get palisades up for a little bit of extra defense. That mosque will be done in 2 turns, and that'll connect up the city. So even if they go for a pillage, they should get booted out when I finish that. Okay. Should win this battle fairly easily. Let's see what they got. Warriors are not really a problem here. I want to get up onto that ground and attack down. So I'm going to move him there. Move my vet 3 here, and then we'll attack down in a second. But first, I want to plink him with my Markabatas, which are actually doing quite a bit of damage. Okay, so we'll attack. We'll shoot, because we want to get these guys into the fortification here. Actually, they've moved already, so they cannot do that. So I should have attacked. That's fine. So we'll attack there. We'll attack the warriors again. Maybe get lucky. Not quite. That's okay. So there is elephant number 3. See if they try to kill this one. I don't think they will do quite enough damage. Okay. Oh, and okay. Well, they kind of moved through my zone of control there, so I don't know what the deal with that was. Maybe they have a movement speed buff. Just go after these stupid elephants again that I am so sick and tired of seeing. Did I get a rear attack here? I do. Get in there. And worry about the flag on the next round. I'm not concerned about it. I lost a Markabata that I didn't need to lose, which is unfortunate. Excuse me. Okay, those guys shot. Are they retreating? I don't think they have the retreating status, so we'll wipe them out here. I get a rear attack up here? I do. Just finish him off. There we go. So one more loss than necessary, but it's not a problem. It's nothing I can't replace pretty easily. Okay. Gotta kill more elephants. Oh, are they coming to me? They are. Which probably means they're bringing in reinforcements, yes. So we're going to bring our reinforcements in as well. And although we're defending, we're still going to take this fight. And these guys can't make it this turn. They're actually out of movement. I wish that bug would get fixed. It's not a bug that I can't move them in, it's a bug that it shows that I can when I don't actually have enough movement to do so. So let me think about this real quick. Make sure I actually want this fight. The thing with retreating is that you retreat in a random direction, they just might wander deeper into enemy territory and get surrounded by a bunch of units. I think I can take this. We're going to bunch up. I know it is a river, but we want combat strength for our frontline units, and there isn't really a better option here, so... What I could do with this guy is move him back here. That way they might come in through here and try to attack my guy in the flag, and then I can get flanking attacks, and this guy will have the high ground on anyone right here. Let's do that. Okay, so that elephant will die. Apparently my reinforcements are now in the battle zone. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I wish I could see what the expanded battle zone is before I deploy my units, because that makes a big difference for where I actually want to deploy. Okay, so they're not attacking me for some reason. So we're going to start with horsemen. Why can't I get him? Maybe I get lucky here? I do. I don't care if they go for my flag this round. That does not matter to me at all. And I need to remember to bring my reinforcements in before I... let's go for that guy because he's higher health. One thing I frequently do is forget to bring in reinforcements, and I do it after I move all my main units. So just going for this round here, I leave this empty tile so I can bring in another melee unit up here in case I need it, which it looks like I am going to. Okay, bring him in, and then start bringing our immortals up this way. Alright, now I can move this unit. I can't kill either of these. We'll go for this one because he is on equal terrain to us, so we'll do the most damage. And if these guys attack any of my immortals, they will die on the next round, so. Let's see what they do. While that happens, okay, got those new immortals online. Send them up here to defend this city. I'll send my other two immortals after them. Okay, so those are some very dead horsemen. Okay, let's move in front. You move behind for a rear attack. And if you don't know already, when you make a rear attack, it causes the enemy to turn around. So if you're surrounded like this, you can get rear attacks on both of your units. And that is an easy kill on that last elephant. There's no losses there, which is excellent. How's our war support doing? Theirs is falling. Let's see my civic options. I don't think there's anything I really care about at the moment. Not really. This might be worthwhile. I do have a few garrisons now. How's my influence? I have more than enough to enact that. I am going to take the extra stability on garrisons. And that'll help my cities a little bit. I'll finish the buyout on that. That's a lot of stability right there. Then we'll get a couple garrisons up. Just want to build like across this front line at the moment. And actually, we have a couple garrisons. So we have one down and one coming up. So let's get the city watch after that garrison. Parsa, you're just not building because you were in the battlefield. Let's get the Grand Mosque first. Kerma. You have decent stability, but this has a lot of districts here, so we're going to work a little bit more on stability. Right in here would be okay. I mean, honestly, kind of anywhere on the border here. Doesn't need to connect. We'll put it right there. And we will also get the... let me think about that. Yeah, because that's a commons quarter right there, so that'll get surrounded. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll get City Watch after that, and then we can work on attaching that. Okay, so I can upgrade these Immortals if I want. Pikemen have 31 base. My 32 base. I have 29 base, but I also get Bastion on Immortals, so I'm considering not upgrading them. Because when I have the high ground, I'm going to have more combat strength using my Immortals than when I use Pikemen, which seems a little silly, but it is what it is. And honestly, the Immortals are performing fine so far, so I don't feel like I need to spend the money. Alright. We're going to... Well, I accidentally upgraded it instead of healed. They do have +3, actually, over my guys here. So it is worth upgrading them, because they will get that in all situations. Okay. So let's take a peek into enemy territory here. Aha. Hello. They'll retreat. Alright. Not sure this one's worth claiming at the moment. I don't see... Well, we can drop one down. This is not going to be an important territory. We can eventually attach it to Babylon, and it'll give more output on the mosques, but that is not a priority. So we could go for Fanatical, get Tolerance, or Lead. I'd rather have the +25% faith than +5 faith, because I produce a fair bit. And that's not going to throw us off on any of our ideologies, so we will take that. Okay. So, decent stability coming up now, so I can finally put down some of these mosques. There's some good spots for them here. Yeah, we can help connect these up. I don't want to put it right here, because that's a good spot for market quarters, so I'll put it right there. And... excuse me. Let's see. Chivalry would be nice for the Hamlet. I think I want to go for Alchemy, though, because I start getting that percentage science modifier, and the stability per researcher is also fairly useful. So going hard on industry here. Got quite a few scientists in here now. And I should get the manuscript alterer after I get some of these grand mosques online. What do I have here? Granary would be good at some point. And we'll just work on that Maker's Quarter and see what the situation calls for. So this is recovering to positive stability, and we'll get a little more stability, so that's good. Phaistos is sitting okay right now. Can get +20 food from that. But more stability never hurt anyone. I'm going to sacrifice a market quarter here to get that extra stab. The nice thing about these commons quarters is that they are going to boost my influence up quite a bit. Okay, they have high ground here, but not for long. So we're going to come in from this direction. Get on equal terms. Okay, they're going to run away. I'm just going to let these guys go to San Lorenzo. There'll be a bit of a garrison, and these guys can come up and reinforce my main army. Just going to go one tile at a time. There we go, and I can get a fight here, and I am definitely going to take that, because this appears to be like their last real army. They've really depleted themselves trying to just constantly battle me. Ah, they got some warriors. Okay. So there are warriors right there. Let's attack. We'll attack there. Can't quite get over here. So we're just going to have to take the attack from the river here, which is fine. I get massive combat strength bonuses against the Samnahayas. Maybe if I move over here, I can get this other guy to attack. I can. Surprised I haven't killed this guy, to be completely honest. I feel like I should have there. Might lose a couple pikemen. They had more units reinforcing than I suspected, but that's always how it goes. If there's anything that you should learn about playing Humankind, it's that your AI opponents always have more units than you think they do. Every single time. Every fight that you think looks advantageous is probably not. Alright. So, we are going to stick to cover here against all these ranged units. And we are going to pull our units back so they don't take more ranged fire. These ones are fine where they are. They have enough health. We're just going to wait until we can get some reinforcements in here to deal with these stupid elephants. And apparently they can see me from there somehow. Even though I can't see them. Okay. Continue on my merry way. I can already advance, but that would be jumping the gun quite a bit. I have a lot more era stars I can get here. Particularly scientist stars, which are my main stars. Okay, gonna continue to retreat, send you onto the high ground. And we're gonna leave those guys there. They're kind of bait. And then on my next turn, I can go on the offensive a little bit. These guys are in a really solid position here with the city fortifications. This is why I wish the battlefield showed you a little bit more detail about how big it was going to be during your deployment. Or before the deployment, really, because I want to know if I even need to take the battle. Okay, so my turn. Let's get these immortals in here. I could technically upgrade these chariots, but I don't need to. Alright. I am also outside of my own territory, so... okay, so... let's get down here. I'm going to want to block that off. Not going to attack quite yet. Can't quite get there with those units. So let's block that with an immortal. Move down here. Move this guy down here. So immortals are my front line at the moment. I said I was going to block that with an immortal and I didn't. So I will use a Markabata instead. So we can finally move up here and start. Why is he on that tile? I can't say I've seen that bug before. Shoot. That'll be too exposed, I think. He'll probably die to mark up to the 7 highs if I put him there, so I'm going to move him back a bit. And then... let's take one of these guys out. I'm willing to sacrifice a pikeman for the Samnahayas. Pikemen are pretty basic units, and this one isn't high veterancy or anything. In fact, I can produce units with 1 veterancy right now, so not too worried. Let's move him there. Oh, wait, I have a unit there already, technically. Okay. So he can just hang out where he is. Oh, I guess I don't have a unit there. They're just all on... they're both on this tile. That makes sense, right? That's an interesting bug. Yeah, I've never seen this bug before. Which is too bad. I might lose my chariot here because of that bug. Okay, very narrowly did not lose my chariot. Let's go take these warriors out. Let's move like all the way back here where this guy is safe. We'll take out the warriors with some ranged fire. And we are going to want to get these pikemen out of here, try to preserve them. Get in there with the immortals and take out the other warrior. Then that opens that spot up for a rear attack. Though it looks like I won't actually get it there. Who does more damage? 48 versus 41. Yeah, we'll do this one first. Then we'll attack there. Move this guy up. These guys are good, just hanging out in back, not taking damage. So just the 2 Samnahayas left, as well as 1 warrior that I do not see. And this is not a city assault. Remember, I initiated this combat in the field, so even if I beat them here, I still have to assault the city and kill a bunch of peasants. So I do need some units with some health left, because I don't want to retreat. Okay, if I take 1 shot here, should be able to get him there. Then I can move in with my pikemen. And let's make sure we can kill these warriors. Not going to move this guy up. It's too high of a risk that I get shot back by the Samnahaya, so I'm not going to do that. And we will make that attack. And we'll actually move this unit up here. Maybe he'll serve as a bit of bait. Okay. So we should win this combat on the next round. By which I mean the start of the next turn. Also, because their city is in the battlefield here, it's unable to produce any units at the moment, unless they have a garrison outside the battlefield. Also, apparently San Lorenzo is in the battlefield somehow. Not sure how that works, but... Okay. Gonna keep exploring down here, really just looking for any sign of strategic or luxury resources. Parsa is also in the battlefield, which is not ideal. Kerma's working on the garrison. Alright. So, here we go. This will be the turn that I can finally declare victory, hopefully. Let's get a high health unit in here. And I can move this Markabata up to shoots, but I don't need to do that anymore. Okay, so distributing damage to make sure that I have health for when I finally assault the city. I am going to move the pikemen back and use the rest of the units to take the city. I'm going to send these 2 immortals out to explore a little bit. Aha, so those guys there might try to might try to pillage me, which is very annoying. I hate when they just come out of nowhere like that. Alright, so we need some more science. We can just drop it right there, I think. Yep. We have enough stability to support both of those, I think. Mutinous. Yes, I see. Right there is not great because I'm kind of cutting off at the border there. Could go for right here. I would get a decent number of quarters around it. And it helps build out a little bit. So let's get the garrison. Let's get the city watch as well. Oops. Alright. So working on stability issues. Let's see. If I were to capture San Lorenzo, or the city up here, I forget the name of, La Venta, I don't think I'd have enough war support to take it anyway. I would not. So I am just going to take their main cities. I think I'd rather get the gold here, though I will take that territory right there, actually. There we go. Alright. And this one, I can actually go ahead and attach, because there really isn't anything there. There we go. So a commons quarter there, and a garrison. That actually increases my stability, so should be good here. I do have reduced cost on the commons quarters, and they provide that influence, so they're pretty nice to have, actually. That commons quarter is not really doing anything for me right now. We'll let that queue finish up for the time being. Trade luxuries. Ebony and incense. No, I don't really like you, and you are the Ghanaians. So, sorry. Okay, I got rebels on literally the turn I annexed this. So, let's heal up. Let's heal. You'll see that I still haven't upgraded to crossbows yet, because I really value indirect fire. Oh, you're technically in enemy territory. I see. I'm at 0 pop in San Lorenzo. This is very awkward, and they already turned this into another city, like literally the turn after I took San Lorenzo. Okay, what do we need here? These are all stone fields. Don't need that commons quarter quite yet. Animal barns would be nice. I have very low food in here. I don't think I can attack you over the border. I cannot. So we'll wait and see what you do. So I finally kind of broken the line a bit here. This is very annoying that I didn't have enough war score to take this territory, because that is like the core part of that city. We don't need anyone up here at the moment, and you have to come all the way over there to go down because of the weirdness of that territory. Okay, combat strength on militia, +5 money on main plaza. I'll take the strength on militia, to be honest. That can be useful. +5 money on main plaza, it's okay, but I have plenty of money at the moment. Okay. Let's get some more science in here, since we are going to be building out our science stuff. Memphis is at 17 population, which isn't too bad. I am going to make demands and refuse your demands. Here we go. They attacked me. They are draftees, aren't they? So draftees, pretty good relative to some of the units that I have still. But shouldn't be too much of an issue to deal with. Okay, that should do it. Don't know where these guys are going. Thankfully I do have higher combat strength because I have a whole bunch of buffs. I'm just going to shoot down there. Use my high ground. Attack there. Okay. And then I can get all my units engaged on the front line here. And get a rear attack. And move up here for high ground. Could have gone after this one, but I wanted to get the high ground bonus damage. Not like they're going to be able to kill me here. Okay. +15 science. I don't really need fanatical. I don't want to move in that direction on the axis, so let's go for the +15 science there. I think I probably have my militarist era stars already, but if not, this will help me get there. There we go. Easy peasy. Oh, I still have 1 unit left. Now easy peasy. Check my era stars. Still definitely want more scientist stars. Growth stars very realistic. Esthete stars realistic. Factionist stars realistic. I have a lot more stars I can get. Not looking to era up soon. Haudenosaunee have already been taken. There are quite a few good options for me here. And we will see about which ones are actually available in several turns from now. I would really like to go to war with these guys again as soon as possible. But I need more war support for that. I don't think there are any wonders unclaimed. Nope. So, nothing to do about that at the moment. Let's see. Don't have a lot of scientists in here. Could use more food. Let's grab a granary. And that is a really nice agriculture quarter right there. So I'm going to put that down. A little more money never hurt anyone. This is connected now, so let's see. Not great science output right now. I'll go for the +13 money there. I can support another couple districts in here, but I will need another commons quarter or something in here at some point. That wouldn't be a terrible spot, since I am kind of building this area out. I do miss a little bit from another commons quarter adjacency, but it's not too bad. Okay, these guys are coming down here, I suppose. I really would prefer to not have to chase after them, but I suppose I do. So just send those 2 immortals down there. They're going to be really slow, but hopefully they can do something. I'm just going to maintain my position up here with these immortals. It's a really nice offensive position in case they declare war on me again. Move these pikemen. Okay, nothing here really. They're pillaging that because they just know the instance that you get an outpost online and go after it immediately. Sipar, how's my stability? It's recovering, so I can finally get that other Grand Mosque in here. And actually, now that I think about it, that is not the best spot for it, to be honest. 10-5. Let's see. So I have my quarter here. So let's put it right there, because that'll reduce the stability cost. And I'll probably go for another commons quarter, like right in that area. So let's put one right there. That should be good. As far as tech goes, 3-masted ships is nice for colony plan. But let's go for gunpowder warfare. And end the turn. Alright, so turn 117. Got a lot of development to do. I feel like I'm a little bit behind in terms of city development. So we've got a lot to work on. This is still bothering me a ton. How... Okay, so I am slowly increasing my war support, but not fast enough for my liking. Could upgrade these. And I think it's time, to be honest. It's 7 extra combat strength, but I do lose the indirect fire. These guys are pillaging me still, but I literally can't do anything about that. These guys for real. Okay. Just hold on to all the fortifications for now. Okay. Just one-shot the archers. Come down here. I can't attack them since they're on boats, but I am going to block them from landing. And turn, and turn. Okay. So that'll stop Babylon's production for a little bit, but it should be fine. Babylon is not a particularly efficient city at the moment. Okay, so I'm working on the mosques there. Could really use more industry in here, to be honest. Yeah, plus 16 industry would be really nice, and so would stoneworks. And I'm going to buy that out, because that's going to take quite a few turns to produce. And we can get these 2 areas connected up in the near future as well. Okay, so Phaistos is like my second best city at the moment. I haven't taken any builders yet, other than the Egyptians. Let's see. Can I take the stability hit from that? I think I can, because those, at least one of those is next to a commons quarter, so that should be fine. Okay. Got an aesthete star. I'm just gonna like pile all my guys up right here, and the second we declare war, I take this city. Do I need range support for that? I might. Let's upgrade. Though this front line is not very big. I might do fine just with melee units. So let's go up here instead, because I have high ground right here that I can make use of with my crossbows once a war breaks out, which it is going to, because their war support has recovered quite substantially, actually. Okay, still nothing in the way of resources. Now, I wonder if I go in here, will they land a single unit that I can kill? We'll find out next turn. Just keep waiting with my units. And Kerma, okay. Let's see. This is cheap, so I'm going to attach and see how stability looks. Okay, excellent. Stability is fine. We'll need a couple extra items. Let's go on to expert policy. We're going to prioritize food here. Since we only have 4 farmers, that won't take too much from us. And do I have a harbor? I do. We do want a Grand Mosque, another one. That would be an efficient spot for a commons quarter, actually. So I'm going to drop one in there. And then we can put the mosque kind of next to it, like right there. where it'll reduce the stability cost. Okay. Memphis. Plus 16 science from that. I do need another commons quarter, though, just for some more stability. Let's see. Don't mind losing 4 production. Right here might be okay. It would connect us up. I'm going to go right there. Even though that's not super efficient, having 2 commons quarters next to each other does mean I'll be able to build something here for the cost of no stability, and this district right here won't really be costing me any stability either. Alright, and then we can go ahead and get this fort connected as well. Okay. On to the next turn. So this feels way more chill now that I'm not in a constant state of warfare. Go for an attack there. Nope, okay, they don't want to land. That's fine, I win this round anyway. And here they come with chariots. I'm just going to stay in the walls because they can't attack me in the walls, so good luck. And I do a ton of damage to them, apparently. So if I surround him, he won't be able to get a charge, so he'll be pretty low combat strength. And I just kill him outright anyway. Goodbye. Okay. So Babylon can actually produce stuff again. Could go for a hamlet. That plus 27 production would be really nice, actually. I can't quite take that stability hit. So commons quarter first, since I'm reducing the production cost on that. We'll buy it out, since this city is pretty inefficient at producing things at the moment, but that industry will help. Alright. Let's just put all those guys on station for now. Could really use like a proper boat unit, but we'll wait till we have a better one. Okay, get these guys up to a proper position where they can support an assault. We're gonna wait till we're at least at 50. It'll take a few turns. Let's look at our era stars. Only got one of the scientist stars so far. We're able to advance if we want, but I'm pretty confident we can reasonably get at least one more scientist star without delaying ourselves too much. And a lot of these options are still open. So Mughals would be a nice pick, I think. Ottomans are always amazing, but I have such an advantage already when it comes to ownership of this continent that I don't think I need to pick another expansionist for military power. Venetians might be really good for me, actually, because I have invested a lot into market quarters. I'll have to think about that. Edo, no. If I were to pick the Edo, I'd probably rather just pick the Ming at this point. Poles I have no need for. Joseon would be okay. Dutch are okay, but I think the Venetians would be better for me. We'll see. Okay. So no resources over there. Unfortunately, I'll have to send a proper army down to take care of these people at some point. Okay, and we can end the turn. Fanatical or overproductive. It does move me away from the axis I want to be on, but that's true of both of them. I don't need the faith, so I'm going to take the industry, because you can see my faith is quite dominant at the moment. I don't know what it is about disembarking, but half the time it just doesn't work. Like, you have to go off the vision range to allow you to disembark. It's very odd behavior. Okay, San Lorenzo. That's going to be the commons quarter, so right there will be just fine. How's your infrastructure look? Not great. You have a lot of makers' quarters in here, so let's get the forge first. I'm going to buy that. And charcoal kiln, we'll let that produce. Let's see, Parsa. Still need more of these. How's your stability? Not amazing. So, you can go for a commons quarter right here, or maybe there. Let's see. Now that I think about it, aha, we have the public fountain still to build, so let's get that in there. And then we can get another one of these built. We'll go right here because it's going to cost us less stability, and then we'll go for that one. The public fountain should support both of these. Okay, and stability here is also dropping. A pretty big city, to be honest. Excuse me. And right here would be okay. Not ideal. There would be okay. Right here could be pretty good. Yeah, like right there seems good to me. More commons quarters. And how's our infrastructure look? We don't need most of these. Might as well get the city watch. We do have a garrison, and it's not going to take us too long to produce. I do have access to the Haras now, apparently. How is that working? I thought I needed 3 horses for that. I do. So where's my 3rd horse? I have one up here. I have one down here. I don't know where I'm getting a 3rd horse from. Am I trading? I haven't even met them yet. Well, let's build a couple of these. They are light cavalry, but they're just as strong as a regular knight. Honestly, their special effect is kind of useless. They drain more stability in sieges, but like stability drains pretty fast anyway in sieges, and it honestly just doesn't matter at all. So I don't know. It's a pretty worthless ability in my opinion. But the one nice thing about them is that they do not require iron, unlike knights. So bear that in mind. No, I think I need to get some garrisons now. You can get these kind of out of the way. Right here would be okay, but I'll put one kind of on the high ground right there. Mucinous, huh? That's okay. Just buy that commons quarter. I can't tell if I'm playing really well this game because I'm having stability issues that my cities are so well developed, or if I've been playing way worse than my other games. Okay. I have commons quarters in there already, so if I put something there, that shouldn't cost me any stability, so I'll keep that in mind. You can just chill. And right, I was good on attaching this, so they're all set. Commons quarter does not apply to hamlet, so I don't want a hamlet there. And really all the stuff here is food, and I'm pretty low on food in here, so let's get a farmer's quarter. I would like to continue growing. I would also like a charcoal kiln, and I would also like an artisan workshop. I'm going to queue the aqueduct as well, even though I don't need it immediately. I do need to focus a little bit more on science. Let's buy this hamlet out so I get more production in Babylon. And we'll queue up the alchemist's workshop as well. Okay, Garama dealing with stability. Memphis is recovering on stability. Do I really need another mosque in here? Probably not. I think what I really need is growth. My population is much too low to support all the jobs that are currently available. Plus 24 food from -3 production is totally worth it, especially when it's only going to cost me 5 stability. Okay, so got the Haras now. And we have a faith option. Honorkin is by far the best one for me. Though I do have a lot of commons quarters. And this is not a tenant that I get to take very often. So, you know, let's go for Be Charitable. I always take Honorkin, so it's going to be nice to take a different one here. Let's grab Be Charitable. That should increase our influence output a decent amount. Okay, made a little discovery there. 80 influence and 70 science isn't too bad. I will take that any day. Okay, so what I can also do on one of my main cities is get another holy site for some stability. And it looks like I'm going to need it as well. Okay, San Lorenzo's doing okay. Yeah, +4 influence on commons quarters is okay with the number that I currently have. Hamlet right here would be okay. Could use that extra food. 20 food versus 19 food and 3 production. We'll go for the production. 1 extra food is not going to make a difference. And could do a commons quarter right there. I do lose some stuff, a little bit of science and production, but I think that is worth it. Buy the Grand Mosque, prioritize that commons quarter. Okay, and the Haras is, what army should you go in? I'm going to go ahead and just drop them with those pikemen for now. Eventually I might get a more mobile army, but I want to keep my army together as much as possible. How's my war support here? So I am increasing war support. And still have to think about what culture I want next, but need a little bit more tech first. So I think it's time to move some people onto science here. And we're going to want some science infrastructure. We'll get 1 farmer's quarter and then the apothecary. You don't need anyone on food. Let's change the priorities here. Get a few more people. There we go. That looks okay. Need these people on food here. Do I have a granary? I do not. I'm going to get a granary first so we keep growing and then work on that garrison. No one on science in here, which is fine for now. We have a lot of other things that we need at the moment. Move the scout around. And that will be the end of this episode, I believe. Turn 126 as the Umayyads. We do have enough air score to go up. The person ahead of me is actually about to enter the industrial age, I believe, and I haven't even met them yet. They've got quite a fame lead on me for the time being, but I'm fairly confident that we will be able to catch up. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.